Eldridge was a sleepy town. Nestled between rolling hills, it seemed untouched by time. The scent of pine filled the air, but beneath the peaceful facade there were whispers, tales of a haunting past. Old Man Hemlock swore he saw ghostly figures in the mist. Martha, the librarian, told stories of the old cemetery. She said it held secrets best left buried. The townsfolk dismissed these as mere stories, just ramblings of the old and superstitious. They would soon learn the truth. The whispers were warnings, and the dead were about to rise. Night fell upon Eldridge, a moonless night. An unnatural silence blanketed the town. Not even the crickets dared to chirp. Then it rolled in, a thick, swirling fog. It crept through the streets, seeping into homes. The fog was cold. It clung to everything it touched, like the breath of death itself. The townspeople, unaware of the danger, closed their windows. They sought comfort in their homes, but there would be no escape. The fog carried a strange scent, sweet and sickening. It made your head spin, it clouded your thoughts. The air grew thick and heavy, difficult to breathe. Panic began to stir in the hearts of the townsfolk. Something was terribly wrong. The old cemetery stirred, the fog swirled and danced among the weathered tombstones, clawing at the cold, hard ground. Then the earth began to move. Graves cracked open. Skeletal hands reached out from the darkness. One by one, the dead rose. Their eyes glowed with an eerie light. Their moans echoed through the silent night. They were driven by an ancient hunger, a hunger for the living. Zombies with rotting flesh staggered forward. Their bones creaked and groaned with every step. Spectral figures, shimmering and translucent, floated through the air. Their mournful cries sent shivers down your spine. The dead were free, and they were coming for Eldridge.
The dead were free, and they were coming for Eldridge.
The Summoner of Souls.
Behind the army of the dead stood a figure cloaked in darkness. Mortis, his eyes blazed with an unholy fire. He was a sorcerer of immense power, driven by a thirst for revenge. Mortis had been banished from Eldridge centuries ago, accused of practicing dark magic. Now he had returned to claim his vengeance. He would make the town pay for what they had done to him.
Go forth, claim your revenge, leave no soul untouched.
With a wave of his hand, Mortis unleashed his army. The dead surged forward, a tide of darkness engulfing the town. Their moans and groans echoed through the fog, a symphony of death. Eldridge's time had come. Harold, the blacksmith, was a man of simple pleasures. He loved the feel of hot metal beneath his hammer. The clang of his anvil was music to his ears. Tonight, he was working late. He didn't notice the fog at first. Then the smell hit him. That sickly sweet scent. He felt dizzy, confused. He stumbled back from his forge, bumping against something cold and hard. Spectral hands, cold as ice, gripped his arms. He tried to scream, but no sound came out. His heart pounded in his chest. He looked down and saw them, zombies. Their eyes glowed in the darkness. They were coming for him. Panic surged through him. He was trapped. His life was about to end. And the worst part, no one would ever know what happened to him. S2, media, confused man asking questions, bewildered by mysterious events. What is this? What's happening? The fog continued to spread. It choked the town, suffocating the living. The dead were everywhere. Their moans and groans filled the air. They hammered on doors. Their cold, dead fingers slipped through cracks. Screams echoed through the night. But no one could escape the terror. Mortis had unleashed his revenge, and Eldridge would pay the price. The town was under siege.
The whispers were true. We're doomed.
You cannot escape us.
The whispers had been real. The legends were true. Eldridge had become a town of the dead, and the night was far from over. What would dawn bring? Would anyone survive the night? Or would Eldridge fall to the army of the undead? One thing was certain, this was only the beginning. S5. Media, dawn breaking over town of Eldridge, silhouettes of undead advancing through town streets. Eldridge will fall,